As the 100th Academy's 32-week schedule progresses, a milestone occurs at the end of each week. Friday morning group runs. And as the number of runs left dwindles, the importance of teamwork becomes ever clearer.
The Friday runs are good for us because it's good team building. We are running as one unit. Before, we were just one person. Before, you were competing to get in here. Against 200 other applicants, you were competing against them. But now we're just on one team. So when we all cross the finish line and we're all do something together, we feel like, man, this is awesome. And it's a big brotherhood. We feel good.
It was nerve-wracking as well as physically draining, but it was just good to be with that group and to fight through adversity together.
The runs mentally are pretty hard. It's all mental. We hear about, oh shoot, you're gonna have to run a 6-mile run. And you're just like, golly, I can barely run 3 miles, but it gets easier and easier. The music comes in and then you're just like, okay.
The physical rigors of the academy tell only half the story. Equally demanding is the time spent in the classroom, where lessons in law, ethics, and procedure shape the minds of the recruits.
Roll call. Burley.
Here, sir.
Barra.
Here, sir.
Leto.
Here, sir.
Yeah, so coming into the academy the first weeks, even me and Burley always talk about it, how we expected to be doing a whole lot more outside things, right? We thought we were gonna be jumping fences and all of these different things. But the reality is there's a lot of things to learn, and that's why we're in the classroom a whole lot, especially at the beginning of the academy when you're still learning the laws and everything. To me, it wasn't too hard to do that because I was fresh out of college. So I have been in the school or like the classroom setting for a while now.
This is a learning environment and we need to learn how to do things right on the streets, the legal way.
Okay, any questions that come up from studying last night?
Penal Code and CCP and Arrest, Search, and Seizure, those are really good classes. That's kind of our base core classes that we take.
With 77 unique topics in the curriculum, recruits face 9 phase exams throughout the academy, leading up to a decisive state licensing test.
Simple possession was Schedule 1.
The phase tests are to help prepare us for the TCOL test. So there's a big TCOL test that we need to pass to become licensed peace officers. And the phase tests are basically maybe like 5 or 6 classes that we've done before, and then what we're learning now. If you think about it, it's 8 months worth of memorization of all these classes to prepare us for TCOL that's going to test us over any of that information. So really the phase is to help us remember, to keep it in our memory fresh.
Several bundles, it depends on the scales you're using. Their scales over proper units.
Mission statement.
The academy also emphasizes command presence, teaching recruits the importance of bearing and appearance.
With the goal of keeping Amarillo a safe place to live, work, and play.
It's here that uniform inspections come into play, a crucial exercise in discipline and attention to detail.
Part of when we show up to a call is our police presence, what we look like. Are you showing them that you're professional? Are you showing them that you're neat, that you're squared away? So that's why we do inspections, and I think and he checks everything. Uniform is supposed to be taken to a dry cleaner, so that way it's crisp, clean, ready to go. He'll check our pins, make sure they're pushed down, that there's no stains, that our shoes are shined very well.
The inspections, it's kind of scary, you know what I mean? You know it's coming, but you don't know when. But it's good discipline builder, You got to go home, you got to shine your gear, all your tools on your belt. Anything that they give you, you got to keep up with. You have to make sure everything looks nice.
Uniform inspections aren't simply about appearance. They instill a sense of command, presence, and discipline that serves as the backbone of an officer's authority.
Batch class, move.
But in the field, when situations escalate and respect for authority wanes, officers might find themselves in critical moments where self-defense or the defense of others becomes necessary. When that time comes, what they learn here, in defensive tactics, can be the difference between life and death.
Good guys, give him a chop.
Defensive tactics down there is basically about us being on the defense. If somebody were to come at us, what we need to do to protect ourselves. How can we effectively and efficiently get somebody into handcuffs that need to be in handcuffs without unnecessary use of force and without causing any injury to ourselves or to the other person.
You have these tools that are given to you in defensive tactics that help, and you don't have to become over excessive if you don't need to, but it works. It does work.
A week and a half is dedicated solely to defensive tactics. Daily training from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. ingrains these skills, making them almost subconscious for the recruits.
Just knowing those techniques and doing them right can save your life. It can save someone else's life. And it's very important to the things that we do, just knowing those techniques and performing them the right way.
Today's Friday morning run has attracted a larger crowd than usual. The energy is palpable, and for good reason. This run marks a significant milestone. Among the 99th and 100th Academy recruits, there's a shared understanding of this day's importance. For the 99th Academy, it's not just another run. It's their final one.
It's an amazing experience because that's going to be us one day.
Kind of puts everything into perspective for us, right? We had only been here a few weeks. We had gone through a couple big classes, but the biggest classes were still ahead of us. But sitting there and just seeing them in their uniform that morning and sitting in their ceremony, just seeing their family, how proud they were of them, it just pushes you to keep going because you know that's who you want to be one day, you know.
When we see a team ahead of us make it, and they're in dark blue, and they're ready to get pinned, and all their families there, and we're here still in our training uniforms, that's something to look forward to.
It was really for me, it was a morale booster. Just thinking, you know, they graduated, they did it, and they got through it, and they see it in us too, that we can do it as well.
We're the recruit officers of the 99th Amarillo Police Academy in Springfield, Florida.
Repeat after me. I, and say your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm. That I will faithfully execute. The duties of the office of police officer. Preserve, protect, and defend. The Constitution and laws. Of the United States. And of this state. So help me God. Congratulations.
I just saw all those people sitting up on the stage, and they just seemed so proud of this class that was coming out. And I just thought to myself, I want to be here one day, and I have to make it.
I can't wait to get there. And you're also happy for them too, because you know everything that they went through. You know, it was blood, sweat, and tears that they went to get to that moment. It gives us a sense of hope, like what we're feeling, the struggles that we're feeling, they felt, and they made it, and we're gonna make it.
Next time on the Amarillo 100th Police Academy.
What are you gonna do in that moment? Are you gonna fight? Are you gonna freeze? How are you going to react?